Hello everyone, welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest updates across South Sudan and beyond. Today we have a very serious and emotional report. We will talk about families running from war in northern Jonglei. We'll talk about deadly community fighting in Terekeka. Third, we will talk about the passing of an elder leader in Rumbek. And finally, we will talk about a strong opinion about the 2026 national election in South Sudan. Before we begin with this top story, I would like to ask you one thing. Please subscribe to Changfied YouTube channel so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's begin our report with families flee violence in northern Jonglei state. In northern Jonglei state, many families are suffering. Fighting has been reported between the South Sudan People Defense Forces (SSPDF) and the Sudan People Liberation Army in opposition, which is SPLAIO under first by President Dr. Riek Machar. And because of this fighting, hundreds of people have run away from their home. They walk for days. Many are women, many are children, and some are elderly. They escape from places like Lankan, Walgak, Yuai, and surrounding villages in the Low Nuer areas. Now they are in Akuba town. But safety does not mean comfort. Many have no food, no shelter, and no clean water. One young woman say her mother was killed during shelling in a market in Lankan when the SSPDF shelled the village. She say her mother died during bombardment. Now she is left with 5 younger siblings. She is the oldest. She must now become both sister and mother at the same time. Her father is missing. She does not know if he is alive or not. She arrived in Akobo on February 11, 2026. She said they are angry. Imagine being young and suddenly responsible for 5 children. This is the reality for many families. Another man from Walgak said homes were burned. He said women, including mothers with babies, were killed by the SSPDF. He described entire villages destroyed. He said people are now helpless and need urgent humanitarian aid. Satellite images reportedly show burned building and damage in Walgak earlier this month. A woman from UI says she walked for 4 days to reach Akobo town. 4 days on foot. She says she ran because bombs were falling and houses were destroyed by the SSPDF. Now she needs food, clothes, and shelter. Another woman said her 3 homes were burned. She claimed elderly people and people with disabilities were among those killed. One woman said her husband was shot while trying to protect his older father. Both were killed by the SSPDF. Another mother said her 80-year-old mother was shot in both legs before soldiers burned their home. A grandmother said she ran with her grandson. He said the boy's mother was killed. She explained that the child was shot in both legs. These are painful stories. At this time, SSPDF, South Sudan People Defense Force, has not publicly responded to these accusations. Leaders from the Low Nuer areas or from Low Nuer community in Juba released a statement on February 18 They say civilians were targeted in Uror, Mirol, and Akuba counties. They say home, school, market, and clinic were burned. They warned that hunger and disease could spread because many people are displaced. But they also called for peace talk. They asked both sides to return to dialogue, both SPLA-IO and SSPDF. They also demand the release of Dr. Machar as the only way for South Sudan to prevail, so that the peace can take over. Fighting in northern Jonglei has continued since December 2025. Thousands have been displaced. The question now is, when will peace return? It is still a question that many are expecting from the leader of South Sudan, especially President Salva Kiir Mayardit. Let's move to another deadly clash in Terekeka. Now we move to Central Equatorial State. In Terekeka County, deadly fighting happened between two communities, Yari and Koji. At least 32 people were killed in that incident. 32 people dead, and more than 20 others were injured. Local officials said army attackers from the Koji community attacked Yari resident on February 18, 2026. Authorities said this is one of the worst community clash in recent months. The county commissioner said 15 suspects have been arrested. Security forces have been deployed to stop more violence. Investigations are still ongoing. Officials are asking residents to remain calm. They want people not to take revenge. Community violence is dangerous. When neighbor fight, neighbor, healing becomes very difficult. Peace requires patience. Peace requires leadership, and peace requires justice. But killing of 32 people, it is very heartbreaking. And this shows what is going on in South Sudan as a country, where leaders do not care about their people when they are killing themselves. In a state, this also, many people are concerning about the leadership of South Sudanese. Because whenever a tribe fought with another tribe, it means that there is some problem there, maybe from politics, or from maybe cattle raiding or revenge killing or whatever. But many people are saying this might be something to do with what is happening in Juba. So there are those politicians who want others try to be controlled by them, and that might be what trigger the killing of 32 people. It is very sad. Let their soul rest in peace. Let's move on to another sad story. This is a breaking news. LD official dies in Rumbek. Now we turn to Rumbek. A senior LD official has passed away. Isaac Mabur Mayen, who worked with the HIV and AIDS Commission in Lagos State, died after suffering what doctors believe was a stroke. Isaac Mabur Mayen had worked in the health ministry for almost 20 years. Doctors say he arrived at the hospital with weakness on one side of his body and a severe headache. His blood pressure was high. He was later transferred to another hospital but did not recover. They are encouraging people to check their blood pressure regularly. They also say there's no meningitis outbreak in the state. His death is a loss to the health community. We send condolences to his family and colleagues. Now let us talk about election, 2026 election, real democracy or not. South Sudan is planning to hold general election in December 2026. This would be the first national election since independence in 2011. The National Election Commission announced December 26, 2026 as the election date. December 26, 2026 as the election date. The government of South Sudan said under President Salva Kiir Mayardit, this is an important step for democracy. But many experts have concerned. Here are the major issues that can prevent election not to go ahead. In South Sudan, no permanent constitution, no recent national census, millions of citizens displaced in Jonglei, in Unity State, in Upper Nile, in Equatoria, East and West. Weak institutions and security concerns. More than 4 million South Sudanese are living outside the country. Most South Sudanese live in Uganda, in Kenya, in Ethiopia, and some are in IDP camp. If they cannot vote, is the election truly inclusive? Some critics said election must come after real peace. They argue that voting without stability may increase tension in the country. They say strong institutions must come first. Others believe elections are necessary to move forward. This debate is very important. Democracy is not only about voting, it is about fairness. It is about participation. It is about trust. If people do not feel safe or included, election may not solve problem. South Sudan stands at a critical moment. The choice made now will shape the future of South Sudan. If you are new to Changfied YouTube channel, please, I will ask you to help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell. So whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let me give you my final thought. Today we heard stories of families escaping violence in Jonglei, community losing loved one, a health worker who serve his people, and a country preparing for election. South Sudan is strong, but it is also fragile. Peace is needed. Justice is needed. Leadership is needed. And most importantly, unity is needed. What do you think? Should election go forward in 2026? Or should the country focus first on peace and stability? Tell us in the comment. This Changfied News, we report with care, we report with balance, we report for the people. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.